So I just found out that if I play this co-op online, you won't be able to use it in horde mode. But if I play offline and I use horde mode with the characters, I could play those characters, those DLC characters, because the logic of the people who made this game is that not everyone has the DLC. And so for some reason they did not set the code in that if you use your characters, which is a DLC purchase character, within the horde mode of the standard game that no one has purchased the DLC, you will be unable to use it in co-op mode because for what reasons those people who are playing the game, if they have not purchased the DLC, they cannot join you in that co-op horde mode. They have to be people who've purchased that game for it to play in co-op mode of the DLC instead of just making the characters able to play inside the horde mode regardless of whether the character purchase regardless of whether people purchase the DLC or not. You know, there's nothing more I could say about it. I mean, it's the coding of the characters themselves. It has nothing to do with the map. So why exclude that from the horde mode, the co-op with people who are playing the characters who do have the purchase, to limit them from actually playing missions with standard characters, or to limit the missions to people who have the co-op experience whatsoever at all with the additional DLCs. Because this refused to let me pick these characters if other people don't have the DLC. This is what I'm assuming. I mean, and it's a pretty spot on assumption, I would say, because it would make no sense for me not to be able to use these co op characters in standard horde mode with other people who don't have the DLC, unless the whole purpose of that is that in order for them to see your co op characters, in order for them to see your co-op characters and interact with your co-op characters, the coding says they have to have the DLC for that. Otherwise, the game automatically forces you to pick the prior DLC or the standard characters, switch automatically to them because those people don't have the new DLC. So the coding of these characters will kick those characters automatically out of the horde mode if not everyone or not even one other person have the DLC. This is what I'm assuming, and this is probably what they've done in order to get more people to purchase the DLC, which is completely freaking stupid. Because then you're forcing everyone to buy DLC who don't give a shit, and at the same time you're forcing the people who did buy the DLC that they can't use the characters in the DLC until someone else has purchased it. Because I just finished the standard mode using the character, not the full game, full online public Rome first mission in Rome, the very first mission, which is Holy Ground on medium difficulty. And if you go all the way back to collections and characters, there was nothing unlocked. There was nothing unlocked by just beating that first level on medium difficulty. So I think that's the same thing that's going to happen if I play the second mission, and even if I complete the third mission, nothing is going to be unlocked whatsoever. Just the same old, same old. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the additional other missions. Hopefully my internet doesn't kick me again. I'm going to press call to arms, and I'm going to do medium stat mode, and now I'm pressing the button, and now I'm selecting the mission, and this screen pops up, and a huge smoke screen pops up, and it's either lag or it's bug. That's what I'm assuming here. That's going on here. but lag will take time to load in. There would typically be a loading screen, and you cannot tell me the loading screen is a bunch of smoke. So this is a buggy mess at launch. And I think they're trying to fix it right now based on what they've learned from people online, or maybe they haven't learned it. Maybe they're going to learn it before the week is over. But they are probably what they're going to do. They're going to try to see if they're going to make enough money off this game before the week is over, and used whatever money they have left over to patch it up, and whatever money they receive from people who purchased the game, but just go towards fixing the game itself. So like whatever money they made off the game will probably go towards fixing those same problems within the game itself. Now, I don't know about you, but this or anyone who's interested in playing this game, and maybe down in the future when you watch this video in the future they're going to fix it, but at the moment this is how this game was. So I'm logging this as part of an archive for historic purposes of anyone or myself. Go back and see what type of game this was and the people who made it and why they released it ahead of time, when it wasn't ready for a PlayStation 4 release. The same thing happened to Cyberpunk. Now, I don't know what the hell is wrong with the video game companies nowadays. They're so desperate to make money that they're willing to cut corners. And this is obviously a cut corner. I mean, you can't purchase the weapons you want. You can't use certain characters within Horde mode that you want outside of their own locked map. And every now and again, you get a frozen screen or you get incredible lag. Now, this is a frozen screen, 100%. And I could only assume it's one thing. They didn't design this game to run on old machines. They designed this game like the original PlayStation 4, or even not the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 4 more recent version of the PlayStation 4. They didn't design this game to run on the latest PlayStation 4 right before PlayStation 5. I think they only made this game to run on PlayStation 5 and did some tweaks to adapt to the updated latest version of PlayStation 4. But if you have a mid to older version of the PlayStation 4, it wouldn't work. But a PlayStation 4 is a PlayStation 4, and that shouldn't be the issue. So you see, this is how long that lag took. It took a while, and I could basically say maybe it was networking issues. That is the reason why it took so long to load. But if you're having networking issues when it comes to a game, that will usually not affect the the prior screen to the now loading screen as you're seeing it here. So it seems like there are two loading screens. There's that little smoke screen that introduces the preloader screen, which is this one right here, because this is a preloader screen. And then there's the game itself. So it's the preloader um, screen is now loading in the game itself, so letting you watch this. And apparently you have a smoke screen one that loads your preloader or a prior video of a smoke that is not attached to this preloader screen. It's a separate one. So that's kind of dumb because now you have to wait past that one and then you have to get into your preloader one and then take you into the game. So this is a whole buggy mess. I don't think I'm going to move forward after I beat the second version of this game. Um, I'm gonna see if I could get all the way to the last level, but I am not going to try too hard. Like if it goes out, it goes out again. But I'm not going to try too hard. Game is a laggy mess. Um, it's a substandard new update. I think you were getting something special and new. It doesn't feel like anything different than the French one. It just a new location. But unlike the French one, the last DLC, this one is it's far more buggier, and access to certain things cannot be done. Can't play horde mode with these characters if other people don't have the DLCs. You can only play horde mode on single player offline. So I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. That's like the dumbest thing ever. I mean, I could deal with bugs, but there is no excuse for limiting something that you purchase and you can't even use that what you purchase in co-op because what the hell? Other people don't have the DLCs. Like I give a shit if other people have the DLCs or not. That's not my fault. So I shouldn't be limited because other people don't have the DLCs or because they didn't prepare the horde mode for these new characters yet. That it's not prepared yet. So whatever's going on, it's not worth that $20 extra price for just one fucking map. Because these new characters are only on one huge plane map and different locations within that plane map. And those other characters that you see that pops up at the bottom, those are the same dudes from Tokyo. They're not new dudes whatsoever at all. They're just same old, same old. They just gave them new skins. It's not like they're new. They make it feel like they're new, that like putting them right below the people from Rome, but they're not new. They're just, instead of just attaching the skins towards the characters in a separate window where you could just put the skins on the characters, they decided to make new like animation boxes for those same characters before, which makes no sense. It's the same fucking characters. I don't know, man. The game looks brighter. Rome is brighter, but that's about it. More trees and buildings have more of a red tint than the other locations that have more of a gray or blue tint. That's about the only thing about Rome. The buildings are more brick and look more like the city of Rome. That's it. There's nothing special about this. This is not worth $20. I'm just archiving this, archiving my voice, archiving what I'm saying, and that's it.
My countrymen, you're hearing my voice because we have reached a turning point in this war. We won't run anymore. Tomorrow, we take back Rome. Our brave fighters will converge on the Colosseum for a final push against the infected. I ask you to be their guardian angels. If you have ammunition, use it. We need all of you. Together, we will turn the tide. Godspeed, brothers and sisters.
And that was the second one. So we'll see what happens with the second one. And we'll see how long this preload screen happens before I get into the next screen. Probably the same time. I really don't know what the hell's going on with that game. But I know for a fact it's not worth $20 at all. It's probably worth 10, to be honest with you. Shit stain company, that's what they are. I probably won't purchase anything attached to this company ever again. They got it. They didn't get it right in the last DLC. And they damn sure didn't get it right here. Everything just worked on the last DLC, but nothing special on that last one. And this one, well, nothing special about this one, and nothing works either. Fuck up company. And you see, this is what I'm talking about bug. I try to press the back button in order to leave because the lag is so bad. And I'm sure, I know it's not my networking because at the moment I'm watching a YouTube video on my network and it's playing that YouTube video. And I know the difference between a video being loaded on YouTube and a video game loading are two very different things. You know, it takes more time with a video game to load than something on YouTube. But still, the bandwidth for the YouTube videos are running quite smoothly, but I'm stuck in this mode on this game. So something is going on with their coding for this new update, and I can only assume that they probably pushed down the envelope way ahead of time that they weren't supposed to. That this game doesn't work on the PlayStation 4. It works for maybe the latest version of the PlayStation 4 before PlayStation 5 happened, but for the standard PlayStation 4, this game doesn't work. I'm gonna have to force myself to get out of here. Because the screen is fucked up and I'm stuck in the screen mode. So I gotta get out of the game, the entire game itself, which will automatically cancel out my broadcast of this game. So that's how shitty this game is. So you know what? I don't think I'm even going to completely game to see if co-op mode will be able to. Once I beat the last mission in this mission, I will unlock horde mode for co-op with the characters I have. I'm so frustrated by this. I'm not even gonna try and move forward. I'm gonna leave it alone. I think this. Originally these people have hit the same level as Cyberpunk people have. CD Projekt Red. They released something that wasn't finished, where they're trying to do that greed bullshit, and hopefully they'll fix their problems with that money. All I know is they got it wrong in the first one, but it managed to function on the first one. Not too many bugs, and they definitely got it wrong here, and a lot of bugs, and certain things that you want to purchase you can't do it until they're ready, I guess, or until everyone has the DLC and allow you to play with other people who have DLC. Otherwise, you're screwed. So, yeah, that's the company that made World War Z. Watch out for them. Yeah, they ain't shit. But that's just my opinion. Nobody could tell me otherwise. This experience is there, video recording's there. It's my history. And I'm archiving this video. Probably won't play it ever again. And if I do play it again, I probably won't even play the DLCs. I'll just play the standard game. I'll go back to Zombie Army 4. At least that functions.